In today's video, backed by very popular demand, is the mighty Group B Honda NSX rally car. This is a complete rebuild of the 600pp tune for Tokyo for the new update, and it's an absolute stonker. It's only got 3 tuning parts that you have to buy, no engine swap, no pit stop, and it absolutely dominates around Tokyo Expressway. This car is seriously rapid. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. Welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 tuning video. I'm KCR-Mark. Today we're going to be revisiting a very popular car on the channel and returning it to 600pp for the latest update. The car's been built specifically for the Tokyo World Touring Car 600 and requires no engine swap. The tune is extremely cheap and simple, needing only 3 parts to be brought, and I'll talk you through completing the race without having to make a single pit stop. Welcome to the amazing V6 turbo 4-wheel drive Honda NSX Group B rally car. So let's start things off by acquiring the car. Obviously it's a car that comes up quite often in the daily roulette, so you might already own it. If you don't, just head to the Honda brand central. It's a car that's always available, 450,000 credits. Now the main advantage of these Group B rally cars is straight out of the box they're really well suited to a 600pp build. As you can see, no wide body kit, no engine swap available. As we head into GT Autos, there's no custom part. The wheels retain their original diameter and offset, so you don't need to mess with those. All you need to do is put a livery on, and we're just going to focus on the tune itself just to get it below 600pp. So the next steps are really simple too. You just need to buy racing hard tyres, ballast. Ignore some of the stuff that says it's purchased on here, it already comes with the car. The only other thing you need to buy is fully customised transmission. And that's all we need to do. We can head straight onto the tuning now and get the car dialed into 600pp. Now in the next step, the tune that we're going to add to the car is going to end up with 540 brake horsepower. You can get a little bit more power out the engine, but this is absolutely plenty, and we want to retain a little bit of fuel economy because we're going for a no-stop strategy, and it just makes it much easier with the 540 brake horsepower. In terms of suspension, the Group B cars are quite soft out of the box, so we're just stiffening up the suspension a little bit, giving it a bit more camber, and the differential helps quite a lot on these cars. We're just going to lower the initial torque just so it's got a bit more bite out the corners. The acceleration sensitivity just adjusts when the diff kicks in under acceleration, and the torque vectoring distribution is personal preference. I prefer it more at the back. It just gives it more of a rally car feel. The gearbox seems fine as standard, so I've left the ratios as they are. I've just upped the top speed to 300 kilometers an hour. And the next part of the tune is pretty critical. This is where we get it below 600pp. So we want to keep the really good balance of the standard car. So we've added a little bit of weight to the very front of the car. We've slightly adjusted the output to 97%. It's not too compromising. And then the downforce is full at the back and 107 at the front. Again, keeps a really nice balance to the car. So a couple of things to note as we head into the race. The first thing being, this car seems to suffer really badly with cold tyres, so don't judge the car on the first lap. It's not very good on the first lap, to be perfectly honest. It's a little bit oversteery and feels a bit vague, but it's just cold tyres. Once you get onto the second lap and beyond, this car is absolutely phenomenal, so just be patient and don't judge it by the first lap. And the second thing to note, this car does require a little bit of fuel saving, but it's incredibly easy. I'll show you the method that I used. So we've just started lap 10 of the race, and so far we've been using Fuel Map 1 the whole way. As you can see from the incredibly accurate fuel gauge, I must say, we've got 2.5 laps left and 3 laps to do it in, so no great concern. We can do a bit of fuel saving at this point of the race. So all we're going to do is simply go into Fuel Map 6 for the remainder of the race. Obviously your fuel figures are going to differ from mine, but just keep an eye on that fuel gauge. But as you can see, we're just going into the final straight of the last lap, and we've got absolutely tons of fuel left, so you should have no problem doing a no-stop strategy using this technique. So I've established this car can do a no-stop strategy, which obviously is a massive advantage in this race. It already gives you over 30 seconds up on all the other cars. But in terms of handling, this car is just exceptional. Once you get into a groove with this car, it's just absolutely on rails. Like I say, it's a little bit tricky that first lap with the cold tyres, but as soon as you get past that, it's just an absolutely flying machine. It's just so composed through the corners. The brakes are fantastic on it. It doesn't really have any oversteer or understeer to speak of. It's just, you can just attack the lap after lap in this car, and it just doesn't let you down. And the lap times it does for a car that doesn't have to pit stop are absolutely ridiculous. As you can see, my fastest lap is a 2:07.6, which is a fast lap in its own right, but in a car that doesn't have to pit is just absolutely insane. You can see the lap times dropped off a bit at the end where I had to do a bit of fuel saving, but like I said, just use your own technique, but that's a pretty good guideline. Just get onto lap 10 and go onto fuel map 6 and you should be absolutely fine. As you see, an enormous winning margin, and with that clean race bonus of 825,000 credits, you're going to be getting 1.65 million credits in about 50 minutes. So that just leaves me to say a massive thank you for stopping by. I really hope you enjoy the build and have fun driving this fantastic car. Let me know how you get on. I always enjoy reading the comments. As always, I've left my fastest lap right at the end of the race if you want to take a look at that. But in the meantime, many thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, bye.